We are now in our work session for August 8th, 2019. Our first item up for discussion is monthly public safety report, and we have Chief Hagemiller with us.
The only thing we have on
Well, that's how important you are. We cleared the deck for you.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right,
There's no
I think I
time
have.
constraint.
Well, these are hot off the presses.
I know, and thank you for sending it ahead of time, too.
Yeah, well, and it was only yesterday or the day before.
Anything glaring that's different from last month?
Well, the crimes, let's see. The crimes were up, but two reasons. It was July, so July 4th, so fireworks is 28 calls.
All right, what page you on?
I'm on page 6.
People, which none of mine has.
Not
What's the
supposed to be
top,
using
criminal
You don't
incident?
have it?
It does, they're not listed.
On the backside, right there.
I don't know if, oh, you know why? Mine didn't have the pages on them.
Well,
Okay.
You got my copy maybe, no?
Yeah, I probably have the copy from that,
Huh.
I downloaded it off my computer, that's why. I'll
that's
take one
why.
of those so I'm on the same page.
Well, you can tell the heat of the summers here because
I mean,
even
that's
domestics.
standard.
Yeah, so it's fireworks and SLA checks. So we've been doing those compliance checks
People are
during
pretty
the
much in
summer.
compliance with the
Yes.
SLA checks, I'm glad to see that. Is,
We had the one arrest.
yeah, but
besides
of all
that,
the places that have been done,
majority.
that's pretty good.
Great. Well, I think the consistency in doing the checks
Yeah,
helps,
keeps
yeah.
everyone-
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think TAP has been very proactive in.
They have, they
in-
actually pay for half the compliance checks, so we do half and they do half.
Good.
Good.
And you work really closely with them.
Yeah, for sure.
I know that from when I was on there.
I have to call her later on today anyway. The other thing was, and this has even changed, but the summonses were up again, which is great.
What page you on there?
Page 4. So you have down parking at 8:03, we got some last minute additions from FBS, so you're at 8:30 now on that. But I wasn't gonna kill any more trees until
Good.
I have a new
Good.
copy, so.
Word's getting out.
Mhm.
You do notice if you ride through the parking lots that the closer ones with the 2-hour parking are more available recently because they know they're getting tickets.
Yep.
And I do see the TCO officers driving in
They're
and out
out
of the
there,
parking
they're out
lots, yeah.
chalking, they're
Absolutely.
out
We
there
said that
doing their
right along.
job, so.
Enforcement was really the only
It's the
thing
key.
lacking.
And they come visit my office.
Yeah.
TCOs?
No, well, the people with the what?
Yeah,
I'm
no.
like,
Really?
it's posted, it's clearly posted
Yeah.
what time the parking is, so,
Yes.
you know, it's enforced.
There's, I think, a code revision on Second Street gonna occur with the limited part-time. It's 30 minutes there, I think that's.
I
going
think that's
to-
all part of the parking study,
Yeah,
so
that
that's,
didn't
we're
come to
still
code.
waiting for the final draft on that. It's gone back and forth a few times.
And then the last thing was, we had one fatality, OD, that we believe was opioid. But we wouldn't know that definitely until that's the last page 20.
So-
We won't know that until, toxicology.
The intern that we have, the chief came in and we're trying to sort of put this in a more readable format, for us, so we have done some of that and this will be incorporated, so that we get year-to-date on this
Right.
also. I think that's a-
Year-to-date's low. I'm surprised I didn't print that out, but I keep track of that too, year-to-date, so I'll
Okay.
make sure I include that next time.
Okay,
Bless you.
God bless
Thank you.
The addition of 608 has been a home
Yeah.
run.
yeah.
That's really,
Yeah.
it's made a big difference down there.
They're doing a good job.
Yes.
So I know we're moving forward with the cameras. The one question I have
Yeah, I got
is,
that on my list too.
the cameras around the train station, we just need to make sure that we can't capture the store
Right.
walkway area
On
there.
there, right.
So is that in the
Yeah,
spec?
we haven't gone down there and actually said here, there, and
Okay,
where we
so that
want
will be
them,
part
so.
of the
Mhm.
installation of that?
Yep.
Okay, all right. And for,
And money, where is that? I know you did a resolution for the money.
right,
What account is that in? Where do I draw that down from?
It's in your
that
account.
would get,
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm
No,
kidding.
it's not in your
I
account.
thought
that was a
The
joke.
council created it, it's part of the resolution. I just have to find out, because it's not under the grant anymore, if we have to do a second resolution
Right.
for that, for the labor portion of it, so I'll check with Bob today, just
Okay.
how that gets done, and then, yeah, but that should take a week.
Because we're ready to go with
And
those.
when can they start? Do they have a schedule for?
I don't have a start date for them, but I can check with them.
Okay, and then the other question I have is, did we get the cable numbers back? Who's working
No,
on
so I
that?
spoke to Dan yesterday,
Dan
A
McCormick?
Plus finally got me the specs on what we need.
Okay,
So, Cablevision has to supply the modem, at least 50 megabyte bandwidth,
okay.
at least, so.
And that will
that's
cover
the
everything
slowest
to-
it can go.
Okay.
We want something probably greater than that. So
Yeah,
Dan's-
that's standard, this cable's standard, 50
Right.
megabytes, pretty standard.
So Dan's gonna price out a few different options
Okay.
as far as the monthly payment, and then cable has to run a line too.
So what is it, just a boost on the 50?
Yeah,
It's just a
right.
boost, okay.
And then I think that probably can be more expensive, so.
Yeah, it's not that
Right.
much, it's not that much.
Where's the monitor going to be? Like, who's gonna be,
It'll be right in headquarters, probably right in the communications room.
oh, so where the dispatchers are?
Right. So they can keep an eye right on it,
Okay.
Good.
especially when.
Might there have to be some tree work done? Trimming back some trees for,
That I don't know, but when we did go
probably
down
won't know
there.
until they
That might
actually
be
put the
blocking
camera
them,
up,
you mean?
actually.
Right.
Yeah,
And
just to
I-
get a better view of the
They're
sidewalks.
not that high though, so maybe not.
And I thought that we established the funds the other night, the ledger fund anyway, for the community benefit, fund to pay for the cameras. So I know that was going back and forth with Bill Rothar, and I think
It
that
did.
it was
It's done.
taken
Yes.
out of
Yeah.
the, so it is funded.
Yeah.
So it's been taken out of, put
Health,
into
safety,
community health, safety, and welfare. So
Correct.
the account has been established.
Good.
Yeah.
So
So
we're ready with
please-
the POs, we just need the account number and we're good to
Just need
go.
to check with Bob,
Right, yeah, no,
had to,
I'll-
because it's not the same.
I'll wait till I hear from you.
Yeah, that can be taken care of in a day or two. One other question, just because we have the famous food festival coming
Right.
up, I know,
Taken care of
so
already.
there'll be extra patrols there?
Sure, will be assigned to it, so.
Okay.
A certain.
Okay, all right, so we have to notify the,
Yeah, I didn't, we're doing it regardless, so I haven't crossed that bridge with him yet as far as payment goes, so.
okay, but we need to get, because we wouldn't be putting that
Right,
team there
okay.
unless that event was going on, so
Okay.
that becomes part of
So
that,
we want payment.
yes,
Okay.
correct.
And I'm noticing I'm noticing signs on every single corner
Everywhere,
throughout
right.
town for the
Mhm.
food festival.
Right.
So if it could be mentioned to them that they need to take those signs down the day after, that would be great.
Okay.
And get a sign permit to put them up, which I'm sure they didn't do.
Well, they can't put it up in state right of way, or they just put them up wherever they
Still
wanted
need
to
a
put them
permit
up.
to put them up,
Yeah, they
period.
still,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like just stopping my car and picking up all those signs as I go down 58. Yeah, it's
Okay.
ugly though, it's ugly.
Yeah, I mean, we worked so hard to get the signs down,
Traffic, I met with Chief Flatley
okay,
last week. We're meeting with New York State DOT on Monday,
okay.
With all that.
yeah. But I
So-
think there's some things that we can do. Everyone should understand it's a volume issue.
Correct, we know
Our
that,
residents should plan accordingly.
right.
Don't go
And
out of
that-
that.
right.
So
The
part,
last few weekends in September, all of October, I would say, so.
I know people, I keep getting asked, are we making it one-way traffic? We're not making it
It's
one-way
we-
traffic.
Right,
this year.
Right. I think that's a very big project to do with a lot of staffing, and, which I don't think we can do. What we're trying to do is to take the westbound traffic off of Sound Avenue. So we're gonna try to divert them starting probably up in Mattituck with signage to get them off Sound Avenue. Another, probably two in
Send them all
Mattituck, and then the last point will probably be Herrick's, where we can get them all down to 25 and send them westbound on 25.
So that's people coming, but it's
They're
only
gonna
for a
be going
few,
down Herrick?
no,
It's
it's
only
people,
for-
it's only for a couple hours.
Hours, right.
For people that are heading from east to west.
Which
at-
is not heavy.
Which, right, exactly, it's not heavy, but it will allow less traffic on Sound Avenue so that people that are
People-
heading east can make the turns easier,
Instead
Instead
into,
of holding up traffic.
Instead
of
get
holding up
across, make their
traffic.
left-hand turns.
right.
So we're gonna pilot it in September sometime.
Okay.
See how it works, and then we'll take it from there. And it's gonna have to adjust because weather conditions, if it's a rainy day, we're not gonna need
Right,
it, so,
right.
things like that.
Now,
there's-
just prior to that, we will notify the people who live on Herrick,
Yeah,
just so
we're
they
gonna,
know it's happening?
we're gonna notify
Okay,
everybody.
each
We'll-
person.
We'll put a PR thing out there for sure.
As we said, there's no one fix for this problem. It's
No.
a bunch of little Band-Aids, and we have to try various things, and I think this is a good
But-
start and see what we can get out of it.
For sure. TCS Fidelli came up to me at Alive on 25, the last one, And he says he's got some ideas, so
Excellent.
we're gonna go out with him and Gio, and we're
Mhm.
gonna go some intersections that, with a little tweaking, he feels that cars can get this, through there faster, so.
Good.
Who's that?
And I think we're gonna take care of, Manor and 25, I think we're gonna probably eliminate the parking, on the south side going eastbound.
So the cars can go
Oh, you're in
around.
front of.
Very
Not
good.
eliminate it.
No, I know.
By order of the
D-
chief
D-
of
but-
police,
but the
we're gonna
D-
say no
The DOT
parking.
turned that one down. They gave me the other side
Right.
of the street for no parking, but they would not give me the south side, so
Right.
I'm all for the south side, no parking.
We're
They're
gonna
gonna-
post it just for the weekend,
Weekends.
right.
Very
And I'll
good.
let that owner know, and
And there's plenty of parking behind the businesses over
community
there,
center,
at the
too.
George Young
Right.
Community Center. There's plenty available parking so that they don't need to park on the streets
Yep.
there, during that time. So,
And we're getting close to academy time. So they
Okay.
say, the beginning of September will be the first class,
Okay.
and then a class in October,
Oh, two.
too.
Okay.
Now, I heard only associated agencies in the first class, no associated agencies in the second class. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard, so. We'll have to get everybody in
Right.
that September
We
class,
gotta-
and that's 5 that we need to hire, so. And we're down to 12 people on our list.
and when do the results come out from the last test? Are they before?
December, I
November.
think.
Not till
Right,
December?
Yeah,
Yeah.
beginning maybe of December.
Okay. Well, that was bad timing too. Will they run another class after that?
Oh, sure.
Probably not until next year
Well, next
sometime.
year, yeah.
Okay.
But it takes 6
Yeah,
months to go
it's-
through background check.
Exactly, right,
Yeah,
so they'll have
okay.
a whole new list, I'll have to go through
Yeah, right.
backgrounds on everybody
Okay.
again, so.
Alrighty.
And
All
the
right.
chief and I have been working with the sheriff's office, trying to get tasers for all of our police officers and the taser training and looking at shared services for the training, because an annual training is required. So we've been working on that with the sheriff's office. They
That's
can't use the forfeiture funds anymore to get us the additional tasers, but I think we need about 22 additional tasers to keep all of our law enforcement with tasers, which should be the first response in
Right.
fear of threat.
Patrol and, cope.
So I've asked him to analyze what those costs are and to put it into the budget.
Yeah, it's really not, almost not the taser so much, it's really the,
Training.
certification, the training has to be done annually, once they're certified,
And it's an
so.
8-hour training, and we do have Sergeant Devereaux that is trained to
And
teach.
Sergeant Wilsey too,
And
So we
they,
have a train the trainer.
yes.
Yep.
They train us and then we train our guys.
so we need to do that.
So-
That's,
I'd
Very
like 2 of
important.
them, one for each side,
That's it.
because then when these two, I could just.
Hey, listen, Tim, don't think you're out of this
I'd love
loop
to
here.
see
I wouldn't
both
mind one either sometimes, so.
I could
I
bring this
don't
board
have
under
one,
control
however.
real
me
quick.
either, now that we're
That would
talking
just
about
have
it.
the real
Does it
thing.
reach all the way down to that end of the table?
I'd love to see even just a little zit on you, oh boy.
So how many people have tasers right now? How many tasers do we have right now?
45, I think.
Yeah, we're at 39 or 40, something like
Yeah.
that.
And so you're looking to go
At
up
least
to
probably
over,
another 20.
another
Me too.
20?
25.
And the costs are
whatever.
about 1,018 according to the sheriff's office, but it's the cartridges for the training and everything else where the expense comes in and how many cartridges they need actually through the training.
They have
So
to have
is
actual
there-
cartridges to test,
is there a
to
different training
recertify.
between an initial training and then like a yearly,
Recert?
you recert?
Yeah, I think the research's a little
Okay, so,
condensed.
is less,
Right.
it's not the full 8 hours, so they can do that as part of their training in their training
We
hours?
would love
of-
the the range to do that, but for some reason they won't. The county and the sheriff's office do not recertify their guys annually.
But Southampton does, so we're
Southampton
gonna,
does, Southampton Village does.
Southhold. So
See
do
if
the
we can do
East
shared
End,
services for the
Sag
training.
Harbor does, they all do.
so the East End can do a recert together, or is that not
No, we do
It-
it individually. We all
it-
have our own guys that are certified.
certified to do it? Okay.
It has to be done, depends on when you get certified, probably, so it's gonna be scattered anyway throughout
Right.
the year, right?
well, what's happening is a lot of the guys that are coming out of the academy are trained in the academy on the tasers, and the guys that have been on the force for longer than 10 years or get transferred in
Right.
don't have the training. So it's important to get all of them trained, in my opinion, in all of our opinion, I'm sure.
We all
Well,
agree.
that's without question, I don't question that.
Well, I think it's mandatory. It's not really
No, it's not-
anything.
It's not mandatory for them to have tasers.
No, I think the training for anybody who has a taser has to be certified and then
Absolutely.
has to be
Once a
recertified.
year.
Yeah.
You
The
just
issue
said
is
that, but.
Taser will not back you if you don't certify under their program, so that's what.
And,
the issue
okay,
is.
all right,
And
and
I-
so
and
that's
I-
for any
Money grab.
incidents then, what, for use?
Correct,
Okay.
so.
And I did talk to
you can go
Under
to court or
Sheriff,
something like that, they'll-
If you don't have the certification,
Right.
then you're in a bad spot.
and I did talk to Under Sheriff Keyhouse, and he said that the CED is just a different brand of
Right,
taser.
They call it conductive energy device.
Yes,
tasers branded.
Well, we've got some good stuff happening, and I'm really excited about the cameras.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
that going, that was a fabulous move, and we're taking some steps towards alleviating the traffic, and hopefully they'll make a difference.
See how it goes.
So it's a little bit of a trial.
Could be the
We'll
fix
guy we got
to
the grant.
keep
How
it
long?
moving.
The other thing as far as the training of the TCSs for the, for how is that?
Yes, Councilwoman Gigolo actually found a union that trains construction workers.
Yep, they changed it's local 1298, and they will open up their Bohemia office to train all of our traffic control officers on how to do the proper flagging and when to slow and when to stop. So I'm working with Mary and the chief on that, on getting everybody to figure out when they can go in for the training, because it's a 4-hour training course, and they'd have to go to Bohemia, but they will get certifications, and the 1298, which is a union that I work with, is not going to charge the town at all.
Very good.
Well, the
So,
ag advisory's
we-
gonna be excited because they've been asking for the TCOs to be
Right.
trained.
Well, we think we're only gonna start with training the people that stay for the fall.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because the other people have like 2 weeks left,
So how many are we gonna
You
have
got
left for
that
the full
free
fall?
media press for local 1298, right?
When, how many people are we gonna have end up with the fall? Do we still need people?
We probably have about 6 or 8 right now
Okay,
that'll
so
stay.
probably need
Plus
another two?
former Councilman John
Dunleavy.
Dunleavy wants to
Okay.
join the ranks.
And what do we need, about another
Who's
3
in charge?
people just as backup?
If we could get them,
Okay.
I mean, they're on call status, so I mean, it's not that they're costing us anything, so.
This is for what?
For TCSs, for the weekends, for
the fall.
the fall.
Gotcha.
So we have about 6 people in place, but we probably need an additional 3 people, so, and I know Southold had said that they would, over by Harbs over there, that they would, are they gonna put
Well,
some over there on?
I think our issue now is the fact that if we free it up at our harbs, it's just gonna stop at their harbs.
Well, Scott did say that he would work with us on
Right.
that, so maybe just talk to Martin, see if
Right.
that's in play. If not, I'll give another call over there and,
He's in worse shape though, because they're both sides. At least our harbs is the one side.
right, no,
so-
I know,
and
I
we
know,
have
that's,
people crossing everywhere, so.
well, it's like we have up by Hulse Landing Road over there. We
Right.
have the same
Noise.
issue on both sides
Mhm.
also, so, those are
It's hard.
definitely bottlenecks.
Yep,
And all board members who haven't been tased should have to go
There
through
you
the
go.
training and get tased.
I watched
just
one
to
of our
know if
police officers
officers
get
are gonna
tased.
use them, you should
You
know
should
what
know,
it feels
right?
No
like.
fun.
I don't
We'll start
wanna-
with
I can
you.
skip on that.
I'll skip on that.
Drop me
No,
like
I'll
a
do it.
ton
I'll
of
hold
bricks.
the taser.
Oh, no.
Oh, thanks, that's big of you.
Chief, you might wanna reach out to,
What was this one? That was
the
that.
chief over in Southold and see if he has any TCOs that he would like to be, trained for the flag training.
Will do. I can
Seeing
put
as
it
they
up-
have a hall that fits hundreds of people, and there's only gonna be 16 of us.
Right, I mean, I could open it up to the east end if you wanna do that.
Yeah,
Well, just, they're okay to do that? too?
Yeah.
Okay,
they said as many as you can bring. They'd rather do it for more than less.
okay,
Good.
very good.
Who's doing the training?
Good find.
Um,
Who's doing the training?
Local 138, they're the road construction flaggers that you see, that they know how to set out the cones and do the
So they're state certified to train?
signage. Yep, yep, they have a state certified trainer.
They have to be, they have to be certified
Yeah.
themselves.
Then you might wanna check with Gene too, because after we get that training done, it might help with our liability insurance.
That's a great idea, Jim.
Might be a credit.
And hopefully when we meet with the state on Monday, they'll give me the contact person for the contract for
Yes,
the road work,
please,
right.
Yeah.
So-
okay. Thank you very
Keep on
much.
getting that same blanket one that we got for the shared services.
But that is the one?
Right.
That's being used. This
By the
is
county?
the state, when the state comes in and does road work in the town, they've changed the legislation that you now need to have a police presence that,
Which-
for the local entity, but we need to sign the agreement for that so that we can get reimbursed for that charge. So,
The problem with that shared service agreement is it's like, they don't wanna pay, it's like, okay, you do this work for us, we'll do this work for you.
but you
kind
don't,
of
it
thing.
doesn't have to be all encompassing. It can be
Okay.
for one situation. So
Okay.
we'll look at it again with Bob.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, chief.
All right, town board committee liaison updates. Anybody would like to report off?
Got
What's that?
nothing.
What is that? What's
I'll
between
talk a
the-
minute
what do you think?
about.
Your
any of the
committees.
What
I'll talk a
committees?
minute about the helicopter
Did you wanna-
noise task force. After John Cullen presented, when was that, last week, the week before?
Last week it seemed like,
Um,
Still got it.
Actually, I've had a lot of people contact me, particularly Calverton and Wading River, that they're really getting hit hard. Someone told me they had 72 helicopters.
The route is definitely changing.
Routes changed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also in code revision, we're gonna strengthen the language about seaplanes. There's a lot more seaplanes coming over now, too.
It
Oh.
strengthened the language, meaning where they can land, or?
Where they can land.
Okay.
That's
Seaplanes
what we're
aren't
looking
allowed.
at. We just started looking at that.
When they start to come down.
Have they been landing on the Sound over there?
When they take off.
Not that I
They
know
can't
of,
go to
And
but-
I haven't seen them in the bay by us.
Well, I guess they're really worried because it's happening in other towns.
No, they go to the
That's
north,
fine.
they go to the south race, so,
Right.
yeah, stuff like that.
Also, the code revision had done the no parking on Sound, which we're continuing to work on, and let me just say, that's really a proactive measure that we're taking. It wasn't necessarily meant against any particular group, certainly not meant against the farming community. Although, we did have Lewin Farms came in and met with us, and, they're very cooperative and
Good, good.
and really, fair-minded in helping us, and that was, I was very pleased with that meeting. And then the Ag Advisory is going to discuss it on August 12th.
You're gonna find out right quick, and it don't take long reading these local blogs, that you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So,
Well, you can't worry, I can't worry.
you can't worry about that, you gotta do the right thing.
But, anyway, they really stepped up, and, I mean, I actually don't know of a lot of areas where it's really an issue, but as I said, it's kind of a proactive measure as, our traffic increases on Sound Avenue.
So
For
August
safety.
20th is that public hearing?
The public, yeah, it's August 20th.
Yep.
Correct. Which is good that we're meeting, Ag Advisory meets on the 12th.
Just out of curiosity, we had the letter to send off to Senator Schumer and Gillibrand. Did you get the other letters? Were you okay to send that
Yes.
letter out? Sign, all right, I'm gonna
Absolutely.
circulate it for everybody to sign then, so that we can send that off. And I know that they weren't able to get commitment from the new person who took over the FAA, but just wanna let them know that this is not an issue that, ends.
Not gonna go away.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not gonna end.
It's interesting that it's the first time that Schumer and Gillibrand that I can find on their websites, wrote a letter. Like, when Obama put the FAA director in, it wasn't important then, but now it is. It's just amazing that it's the first time that a letter went out from Schumer and Gillibrand questioning the appointment
There's
of the
proactive
FAA.
and there's reactive, so let's do it.
It's been going on for 20 years.
In the end, I'm glad
Bottom
it
line is,
happened.
we got them all on board together,
Yeah.
and that's what
Exactly.
we've
Thank you,
needed
Tim.
right
Good
along,
luck.
so.
Yeah.
Anytime we can get them working
Right.
together, it's a win-win,
Mhm.
so I'm happy about it. It's a good move, and I don't wanna put a negative spin on it.
Hopefully they will work together.
Anybody else have reports?
All good.
No, just remember, we got that bonfire, not bonfire,
It's not Christmas yet.
no, my head's already that way, Carver Boat Race this Saturday, so
Oh,
it's gonna be a
that-
beautiful
yes,
day.
yes.
Low humidity.
Same boat as last year, Supervisor?
It's
or
gonna
we
be
got a
my,
new boat,
Man, you
or-
all better
blue
be there.
machine is coming back out of,
That boat is
storage. to-
scary.
If you want us to come down and hang out, volunteer, come on down, hang out, volunteer, we'll find plenty of things for you to do.
So
Does
the,
a lot of work
Fortunately-
have to be done to the boat? Like, I know the initial build last year,
we'll see when I
but-
get on it.
Well,
let's,
fix the
you
two
can't
little
put it in
holes
the
I put in
water,
the
you
back.
can't put it in the water beforehand, cause it's all soggy, so we will
Okay.
find out,
Well,
we'll
let's
find
put it
out
this
on
way,
Saturday.
She didn't sink it last year, so
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Unfortunately, I will be away, but I wish you luck.
Thank you very
Me too.
much,
Best of
thank you,
luck.
thank you.
Really?
Keep the
Oh.
trophy here.
All right, I will make every,
I was gonna leave,
effort
but
to
I'm
do that.
waiting, I gotta see this, so.
Yes, she literally has to kneel in the boat.
It's a great event.
so the registration, if anybody has a boat, the registration starts at 9 AM and the races kick off at 11 AM, so come down and join us, and they last for a couple hours.
Bring
There's
your
a-
hips, we got hula hoops and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a lot of stuff going on, and
Plenty of things to do.
also the Stop the Violence tournament is this weekend, and that starts over, what's the park called there?
Horton Avenue.
Horton Avenue, Horton Avenue, and I believe the games start, I don't know if they
Noonish, I
start at
think.
12,
They
and they
told
go
us to
both
come at
weekends.
12,
Yeah.
but we have to
It's
see
gonna
when
be a
your
busy
boat
weekend,
races.
and
Yeah.
there's so much going on, I mean, let's look at that is, believe me, if you can't find it in Riverhead this Saturday, there's something going on
Yeah.
everywhere.
And if you
Agreed.
like basketball, it's a really good quality game that
Oh,
they
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
These guys come from all over the tri-state area.
Yeah.
And
And there's a lot of talent. There's college talent, there's NBA talent. These guys come out and they put on a great game, so it's very enticing to watch.
Right, people come from all
Interesting.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And it's Saturday and Sunday. I think they do, I don't know if they do eliminate, like, they eliminate each, after each.
Yes, it's probably a double
Double
elimination, and,
elimination.
they work through it and finish it up on Sunday.
6:19.
Sunday.
And just hats off to Dwayne Elizer and Larry Williams,
Yeah.
cause they've
Yeah.
done this now for 13 years or
Yeah.
Larry
something like
moved.
that.
Larry's son, I think, took
Okay.
over
Okay.
for Larry.
But
Yeah,
it was
'cause
a
I-
great idea, and it's just something that's growing year to year, and it's nice to see,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
saw Dwayne the other
community
day,
stuff that-
and he's like, oh, the electricity is off the pole, so Drew and Ray are taking care of that and getting the electricity back on the pole so that they can have the speakers and stuff, but he's like, well, I don't know, Larry's gone, he's like, I'm kinda in the dark here, he's like, but I'm sure it's gonna be great, Dwayne, keep up the good work.
So lots going on. So, anything else from anybody?
Nope.
All right, so can I have a first and second to go into an executive session for,
So moved.
What?
So moved.
Oh, legal advice regarding hunting license.
Legal advice.
First and second?
Well,
Aye.
All right, opposed? All in favor? Opposed? So carried.
The audience is getting a little out of control.
Oh, my goodness gracious.